Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to The Burning Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes, I am your host, Matt Burns, and I will state I have had a very busy schedule as of lately. I know that I am actually late on being on the broadcast today, and in all fairness, I will state I've had a very busy day and a busy weekend. We've had plenty of wrestling. We've had plenty of wrestling, plenty of stuff to do, and basically, straight away, just to start off, Friday night I was at United Wrestling, watched a fantastic show and whatnot, which was absolutely brilliant. And also, WWE also hosted the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now, unfortunately, just to mention too, I haven't actually quite been able to catch up to date on it. But I'm on the actual last match, and I'm getting down to the final 20 minutes, 15 minutes of the match of the show. So unfortunately, no, I haven't. I know who wins and whatnot, but I haven't actually seen it. So don't worry. If you want to talk to me about spoilers and whatnot, I'll understand and whatnot. Because I will state, I know the results. But, for some of the talking points I might not be able to actually discuss on in regards to the actual finish of certain, moments that may have happened. However, one moment I will be discussing possibly is Titus O'Neil. My God, that was funny. But on top of that, in case you're wondering, Saturday I actually had a day off from wrestling and decided to actually go to the cinemas to finally get a bit of downtime and finally get up to date on that Infinity War. So yeah, the reason why I did that is because I don't want that film being spoiled. Just as a note, I won't be talking about it on here and whatnot. May actually do it somewhere else, but great. Spoiler free. This is my personal view on it. Is great movie. If anybody's interested, give it a check out. If you're a non-Marvel fan, it could be hit or miss. If you're a non-comic book fan and whatnot, it could be still hit and miss. If you haven't got up to date with it, it could still be hit and miss. If you are up to date, you do follow it, you are a massive Marvel fan, you will be into this. So that's my shout out. And the only comment in regards to Marvel Infinity War. Can't wait for the next Marvel movie. That's all I'll say. Moving on, today I was actually in Birkenhead for Wrestle Island. Now, I'm not actually there now. I'm actually, back and safe at home and whatnot. But the funny thing about it is, I was there earlier today, which was I managed to get there for about 3 o'clock. Because it was a bit of an earlier show, and I will state that they had a bit good long show on and whatnot, something that that's entertaining. And I will state that at first I thought I was going to be late, and I thought I was going to have to cancel this episode because of it. However, because they actually had the show on early, I've managed to be able to pretty much get straight to the show. Watch some wrestling, and quickly get back and get on with, basically get on the airwaves for yourselves. Now, a lot of people are going to state how long is it taking me getting back, blah, blah, blah. We did have some diversions on the way back and whatnot with travel, because I had some rubbish made. But no, I wasn't exactly traveling alone. I normally always go with, I don't go all by myself and everything, but I will state, there's nothing beats wrestling, wrestling is great for, if you want to go yourself, fine, it's up to everybody, but if you can take somebody with you, it makes it more special, Don't know why. It always does, because if you're able to confer, talk about it, make a conversation. Where have I heard that before? Oh wait, I say it every week. So if anything I mention on any of the episodes, if there's anything you want to talk about, or any topics you want to generally just bring to me interest and whatnot, and we want to cover and whatnot, and hear my views on it, let me know. Just let me know. I'll be more than happy to pretty much get on, get in the conversation. But just so you know, this is going to be a bit of a rushed episode, because I will state I haven't been able to properly plan this one, because with me attending to Wrestle Island and everything and whatnot. But plenty to state. Not 100% sure, but just to make interesting notes with the Wrestle Island one. To some, a lot of people might be asking if there's going to be any show. Have I got any upcoming show reviews? Yes, I do. But in regards to what shows, I can't state until they've actually been completed and done. So hopefully I'll be getting some of them out as quickly as possible. And I know I normally wait until later on the show in regards to revealing who's going to be the next on TBT interviews and whatnot, which is going to be this Tuesday at 5 p.m. UK time. It's going to be, and I'll get this correctly, the Swadcast. Yep, the Swadcast, which is SWAD cast. And, I will state, had plenty of fun on that interview. And if I'm not mistaken, we also had a bit of an invasion during the interview. I'm not going to state who, because if I state, where's the interest in watching? So if anybody's interested in seeing that, that will be this Tuesday, 5 p.m. UK time. And yes, I know, it's the Swadcast. And I will state, absolutely fantastic guys and whatnot. Love the work, love what they're doing. Keep up the great work, and hopefully you'll check out the interview, find out a bit more about these guys, and if you're into them, you already know them. Great, you'll find even more information about them. If you don't know about them, check them out. You'll get all the information from the interviews, which I'm trying to point you towards it. Literally check it out on Tuesday, 5 p.m. out on the Burning Truth YouTube page. Check that out. And just in case if anybody's interested in finding, will I be releasing links? Check out our check out the Burning Truth social media. We will be releasing it there. But anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to be quickly moving on and stating, well, before we get to the wrestling news, I want to state, because I know a few people have asked me at shows, and some, personal friends have actually stated that I'm getting, I'm looking a lot better, just in case, I am actually losing, I have actually lost quite a bit of weight, to myself, I don't feel it's much weight and whatnot, but others have stated I've lost a lot of weight, and the thing is, I ain't aiming to stop. I'm going to keep going, pushing on, see how far I get, and I will, the only way I normally tell when I'm losing weight is when my bottoms are normally dropping off, which is usually the worst time to actually find out. I may have to look into that. Stop it from happening. So with that, I am just going to move on to our main reason why we're all here, which is to do with wrestling. Now, I will state recently that in regards to WWE and SmackDown, I'm going to be making a few changes to the broadcast, just so you know. It's going to be less for. There will be some discussions of certain topics of what's happened during the week, possibly, Raw, SmackDown, and etc., etc. But in typical stance, I want to be trying to bring up more of a wider variety. Bringing some our own topics instead of just spewing out results and what's currently happened already. There's no point in me doing that, because if you really, really wanted to know yourself, you'd just go on to WWE.com and you could read the results there and then. So I want to basically change this a little bit. If you don't think I need to, just let me know. If you think I do, then please, either way, let me know. But one thing I am going to do in regards to this week is discuss some topics, which one of them I'm definitely going to be covering is to do with the continuation of Harry Smith. Now, the police have been actually involved in the situation and whatnot, so there has been a bit of a step up, which was during WrestleMania week, but it's been going back and forth. Supposedly, the police were looking for Harry Smith, aka Davey Boy Smith Jr. In regards to, there was a police report that was sent. Most like, the description, they didn't state it was from Jake the Snake Roberts, but the indication, if you read it from, the notes, it was Jake the Snake Roberts. Now, there has been I'm just trying to read on some of the information now, because there has been a tweet that's been done by Harry Smith, aka David Boy Smith, that can't state when it was, confirmed that the WWE Hall of Fame and Jake the Snakes is dropping any and all charges against him, because there was charges supposedly in regards to the heated conversation. Well, they both got into a heated conversation during the WrestleMania weekend, New Orleans, which ended up with David Boy Smith Jr., or aka Harry Smith, throwing hot coffee in the face of Roberts. It looks like the issue's possibly been resolved, and one thing I will state is the post. I'm just having a quick read at the same time while also catching up on certain information at the same time. Right, which in regards to it, we've had plenty of posts coming out. I believe this is on social media. I'd like to announce publicly, officially, that I spoke with Jake Roberts on the phone today, and we squashed heat we have for what happened at WrestleCon events. I apologise and said I would apologise publicly, as Jake agreed. He will be dropping a charge pressed against me. I'm man of my word. I'd like to say sorry to fans that I stressed with the situation. Also, I wish Jake all the best and glad that we squashed this heat. I actually had spoken to Roddy Piper before he passed away about the podcast. Jake and he did before he passed away about the in regards to work things out, and Roddy died not long after. We never know what happens tomorrow. Life's short, to hold a grudge. Arigato. And there's basically stating that it's been all shared out. But the main point of the post, which is, I'm not mistaken, from the looks of it looks like it was done today, 10:28 a.m. Not UK time, just mention. Thanks for the talk today. Wish you all the best. Which clearly shows that there has been a potential conversation between them, which it's good. It's good that they are having the conversation, and there is back and forth, and that's been all sorted out. There's no arrest has happened and whatnot, so we've got that. We managed to get that all quelled and sorted. One thing I will state is, with that, heat's never always good in regards to wrestling, and it can actually, dampen the locker room, dampen any locker room, because because straight away if something's happened, a lot of people are going to be stating, "Oh, it's that guy, it's this guy." You don't want to do that. If you can get by, and you may have a disagreement, I know, personal issues can get in the way and whatnot, but at least they've managed to sort it out professionally, Nothing's gone any further. No charges, being involved, and they've sorted it out by actually having a conversation. So proper respect in regards to that. Now, supposedly, with now moving on from that situation, there's been supposedly some expressed disappointments from Darren Young with WWE because, recently Darren Young has sat down with Spandex Podcast and had some things to say about his former employee, WWE, which is, a lot of people understand that Young is openly gay and he's expressed frustration regarding WWE's lack of response in the wake of last year's Pulse nightclub shooting. Now, supposedly, WrestleMania was in Orlando last year. This is possibly a quote. WrestleMania was in Orlando last year, and I had asked what we're doing for the LGBT communities, what were we doing for Pulse, and nothing. And then Young was then asked about Finn Balor's WrestleMania 34 Balor Club for Everyone entrance, and Young expressed disappointment over not being invited. And he, possibly for another quote. I'm just stating these are possible quotes. It is what it is, but I cried like a baby the next day, Monday, after watching it back. I cried like a baby when I got released. It's okay. It is what it is, but when I've seen that and I wasn't invited just to sit in the crowd and see the moves that we're making, it broke his heart. It broke my heart. They know that, but it is what it is. Life goes on. Finn's a great guy, but to be not invited to such a great celebration among the LGBT community, it just broke my heart. Even to just be on the stage with everyone like rah rah, I don't care. I just want to be able to experience it. It means the world to me. Now, straight away there, it goes to show that, Darren may have some frustration, but the problem is, some of that what I've just read is from WrestleZone, just to state my source where I've actually found that. But they do actually have, if you are interested in hearing it, you can actually hear it. Hear Young's with Spandex experience in its entirety, which I'm trying to get the full link for you now. If anybody's interested in getting, in possibly either reading, just bear with me, I'm just getting it now. Apologies for that. If anybody's interested in possibly looking it up, just hop on to Darren. It's Darren hyphen Young hyphen Fred hyphen roster hyphen with hyphen Spandex hyphen podcast. I know it sounds like a lot to come out. If anybody wants to find the link, just hop on to the WrestleZone website. You'll see the page segments and check it out from there. Now, I will state, it's interesting to state, one thing I will state in regards to this, it does show that Darren doesn't have any malice towards Finn Balor in regards to it, because I will state, a lot of people have stated when meeting Finn Balor, what a great guy. I know some friends of mine who've actually met him. I haven't been lucky enough to meet him myself, but from the people who I know who have met him, he has been a general great all-round guy. But anyway, moving on from that topic, we're now going to go to the Greatest Royal Rumble, which there has been supposedly a Saudi Arabia GSA apologised for WWE including women in adverts at Greatest Royal Rumble. Now, in regards to this, I will state, the comments stating, last night at Greatest Royal Rumble, WWE aired the Best of Both Worlds advertisement to the live crowd during the show, according to Saudi Arabia General Sports Authority. That broke a rule that was in place regarding female wrestlers being shown in any form of promotional material. The GSA issued an official apology, see below, with a Reddit user also translating the statement, which just to state, this is a Reddit translation, not the official translation, and I will just be reading that out now. The German Sports Authority would like to apologise to the viewers and attendees of last night's WWE event that took place in Jeddah over the indecency involving women that appeared as an ad before a segment. It would like to confirm its total disapproval of this in the shadow of the commitment to eliminate anything that goes against the committee's values. The authority has made sure to ban it showing of any segment that involves women wrestling or any scenes related to it, and stipulated that to the company WWE. The authority also disapproved any promotional stuff with pictures or videos showing women in an indecent way, and emphasise on commitment of this rule, and it's a commitment that the authority will still commit to forever in all of its events and programs. Now, the advert in question doesn't actually have the women wrestling. They were in their wrestling gear. It's just, saying the best of both worlds, because the Raw, from now on, Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views are now all together. So every pay-per-view is going to be a joint event, and they're saying, it's the best of both worlds, which is a good advert. But the problem is, as much as, I will state, okay, you can send out that statement, but at the same time, you're criticising WWE for, which it went out worldwide. I will state that WWE might have made that mistake of having that air at the show because of their certain rules and regulations. So straight away, I am fully committed on both sides, but I will state, one day, who knows when, if, I do hope that they do actually allow it to be shown eventually in future, because you never know, things do change. Change does come, but it will be a slow process at the moment in time, but give it time, and I will state, who knows, they could have some women wrestling involved and whatnot. You never know, but at the same time, I also understand the fact that if it's been accidentally shown, it's a big, massive mistake, and I'm pretty sure that WWE will be making all apologies in regards to this to make sure it's all cleared up and whatnot. Now, let's get moving on to the greatest Royal Rumble again with Titus O'Neil. Oh, good Lord. Titus, you had one job. One job was to get to the damn ring, and you failed. How can you fail getting to the ring? Christ. How can you fail that? You literally come running out. It was almost like, what was it? The Shockmaster moments. It's almost like the Shockmaster just blatantly passed the torch to Titus O'Neil. Here you go, blunder of, you're blowing, oh, good Lord. And what didn't exactly help, you got the commentary team bursting into laughter, watching it. And I think what made it worse, what actually made it worse was the fact that he didn't just trip. It was the fact that he just went, whoo, straight underneath the ring. And in comedy fashion, WWE had two choices. They could either ignore it off camera, and somebody would have shown it. I think WWE did the smart thing in showing it. But I feel sorry for Titus. This is probably going to make you even less serious on the roster and whatnot. And you're most likely going to be doing some job, further jobbing and whatnot. But don't worry, you will get out of this eventually, possibly. Who knows? More on that, we'll have to see how that goes. But for unique entrance, certainly, literally running down to the ring, tripping and sliding underneath the ring. He almost was completely covered under the ring apron. I just couldn't believe it. What an entrance. Definitely. Nice to see some big returns, new faces at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Old faces returning and whatnot. But I will state, very interesting, brilliant. Congratulations to Braun Strowman on winning it. Now, moving on, from that, from the debate, in regards to that, I'm going to be covering some British wrestling, which is straight away. I'm going to be covering some of the United Wrestling. We had some dramatic, absolutely dramatic matches during, a brand new championship coming into fruition and whatnot. Kelsey being upset again because he lost to a returning Tommy Hayden, which I will state, great to see you, Tommy, and whatnot. It's been far too long. Hopefully we'll have another catch up. A bit of a longer one this time, because I will state, great to see you. It was great to catch up with you, as much as it was a short, limited time, which it was, unfortunately. But what a show! What an absolute show with United Wrestling. If anybody is in the Stoke-on-Trent area and whatnot, I do recommend going to the United Wrestling, which is the Abbey Alton Suburban Club. I recommend it. And the best thing about it is, when is it usually? Oh wait, it's almost on every last Friday of the month. And if anybody's interested in some special deals in regards to it, they do family tickets. Yeah, they do that. How about this for a deal? Hop on their social media, on their Facebook. They actually have some posts out there where you can potentially win some free tickets. Why not get on there? Find a post in regards to the most likely the most upcoming show. Share, like it and share it out, get it out as much, and who knows, you get your name put into a hat, you be picked out, and then you could be a winner of some free family tickets, straight away. Best deal, that is. Like and share. I just won some free tickets. I'm going to wrestling. I can honestly state, with hand on heart, anybody who wins it is getting definitely money for value, and whatnot, because it's always a great show. I've actually, yes, I used to, I have wrestled there and whatnot. I am actually match fit, and I've already got somebody keep trying to challenge me, making comments. Yes, Big Rich, I know you're around. Yes, the second I get the, my foot in the door, the second I get here from management stating they want me, I will be back at United Wrestling. The second I am, and I will state, the second I am back to wrestling and whatnot, I am going to be aiming to have a match against you, Big Rich. I am going to be aiming for a match against you. Any match that they want to give me. I'd love to do the match that you want me to face in, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is a no holds barred. I would love to do it, absolutely. Beat you in the match that you want. I would absolutely love it, but it's up to management, and in regards to that. But if I have a personal preference, bring it. I will take you on in that match. If they literally state you can have any match you want, I will do it. I will literally state, and this is not being a coward, I'll be open, what, anything less than a no holds barred, I will be upset, because I want that match just as much as you. But here's the thing, right? You may say I want it because I've got plenty to lose and whatnot. Listen, mate, listen. I may have plenty to lose and whatnot, but my God, I have so much to gain, so much, and I will state, knocking some respect into you, Big Rich, would be my pleasure. Anyway, moving on before I blow a gasket in regards to Big Rich, but great seeing some returns for United Wrestling, like I said, Tommy Hayden, and one of the biggest returns as well is Dave Del Vecchio, DDV. facing off against the former champion Paul Malin. I will state, absolutely great main event. It had to be the main event, I will state myself. If not, the line match could have done, but I will state, great match between Dave Del Vecchio and Paul Malin. One I would recommend, it's something, the United Wrestling roster is getting bigger, brighter, and better. People are now, we're having, people are having to fight. So technically, I will state, if they get me back on that roster, I will fight, I will scratch, I will claw, everything to get myself onto shows and whatnot, to be in front of the United faithful. But to be honest with you, that would be for any other shows. But just to state, if anybody thinks I may have actually stated I am match fit and match cleared, I am 100% all cleared, ready to wrestle. So be that United or any other wrestling company that's interested in booking me. But if anybody does want to book me, you can just go onto me, Matt Burns' website, which is www.matt-burns.co.uk. Click on the contact me page and just send me a message on there. But that's the only plug for that, for me, my website. Anyway, straight back into wrestling. In regards to the British wrestling scene, I will state, it's been entertaining for me and whatnot. I'm always thoroughly enjoying it, and there's more and more come out of the woodwork. Just like today, I was actually at Wrestle Island. I will state, there had plenty of action, plenty of matches going on. We almost saw someone leaving until they only decided to reverse a decision and whatnot. We almost crowned a new queen, queen of the island and whatnot. But look, that didn't happen. However, there was a crowning of a new Wrestle Island champion, and I will state, congratulations, Sean Only. In regards to the win, I can also state very deserving in regards to that, and doing it in your hometown, congratulations, tops and big ups to that. But in regards to it, there's plenty more in regards to wrestling. But with that, I do apologise for this, folks. I'm going to be most likely making this a wrap up in regards to this week's episode. So I'm just going to do some quick shout outs, which is for the UK Wrestle Media, also known as the UKWM, and whatnot. JG Printing and Stitching, Changes Health and Wellbeing, Team 4-Star, especially with their Dragon Ball Z Bridge series, The New Breed, Cadmans, Botchamania, Barely Average Studios. But if anybody's interested in finding out, if you want direct links, instead of just hearing it from me, go to the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, and clicking on the links page, and you will see all the links on that said page. Just click on them, and you will be taken to them. However, just to point out, I will state that, as it states on the page, yes, I am recommending them. But the content on their pages may not, may not be as agreeable as what may not be suitable for younger viewers and whatnot. But for myself, I recommend them because I do think they are quality entertainment, quality in regards to the product that they might be advertising and whatnot. One of them being Changes, which I will state, if for health and well-being, very great great websites and whatnot. Do recommend it if you want to check it out, even just to if you think you need any help, if you think you need any health checks or well-being checks, check it out. Or you never know, just check on it, because the information on there may actually prove useful to yourself or to someone that you may know, because you never know. But in regards to that, but as I stated earlier, hang on, no, I can't do that. I haven't mentioned his name, have I? Back to Botchamania. Matthew, I've always got to give you a shout out. Keep up the good work, fantastic and whatnot. But the one change, the one thing I want to state is UK Wrestling Media. I will state to them, thank you very much for always helping me out with interviews and whatnot. You've always been good to me, and I will state, keep up the great work. Straight away today you're being stretched out because you got one team in Birkenhead and one team down in Gornal for FCW. I will state, it's a shame that I wasn't actually, I'm not actually there myself for FCW, because I will state that will be a Impact entertaining show as well. But most likely have some, we may have some topic discussions for FCW potentially next week or not. Who knows? But we might have a conversation about it in an upcoming show and whatnot. But if you're interested in hearing about it, just let me know. Let me know. I'm here to have a conversation. But anyway, just a quick cheap plug for myself. Well, not for myself, for the Burning Truth, more or less. If you want to go to, as I mentioned earlier, you've got the website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where you will find all the, you can probably, you might be actually on there now, listening to me right now. You can hear me live or listen to the latest episode, or if necessary you can check on there for any past episodes, any past interviews, any past reviews and whatnot. And you can also check out some blogs which may actually, which I will be hopefully getting more involved with, instead of just blogging about some predictions and whatnot. More, possibly more to come in regards to that. Any links that I want to give a shout out to, I'll put on there. But last of all, I want to mention the merchandise page, which is, if you're up on there, there is a bit of a deal on there that will pop up when you go onto it. So I'm not going to say what it is. You need to hop on there to check it out. But if anybody wants to, have a fancy snazzy Burning Truth t-shirt or some mugs, check, up on there, check it out. Who knows, you might, if you're interested in anything, it could be a great birthday present, birthday gift, or if you're a fan of the Burning Truth, please check it out and whatnot. But hopefully it should be, if there's anything new on there, I will make sure it's highlighted. So if anything new, but there is some website exclusives on there, because I will, hopefully should be getting some more of the merchandise on sale on the travel at the same time, but there will be most likely be some web exclusive stuff that will be only for the website only. But with that, I'm going to make that a bit of this is the wrap up of the episode, so hopefully I will be, you'll most likely hear from me, and I'll probably hopefully hear from you. So till then, hopefully you'll hear me either at the next broadcast, the next interview, or the next review. As always, check out your local wrestling, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.